Please watch your step.
It is another beautiful day here at Universal Orlando, and today we're gonna hit Velocicoaster. First time on Velocicoaster. Looking forward to it. Em, are you looking forward to Velocicoaster?
Yeah! Woo!
Yeah. She gets it. Today we're back at Universal Orlando, and today we are in Islands of Adventure. I'm very excited. New ride alert. We're gonna go check out the Velocicoaster, which we have not ridden yet. And we're gonna see what other trouble we can get into. We're gonna go check out the jacked up experience at Cabana Bay, and it's gonna be a good day, so come with me. Real quick ride, we're gonna jump on Skull Island Ring of Kong on our way to Velocicoaster. King Kong.
Listen, my people speak. But there will be no sacrifice today. We hope. She's right in front of us. Oh, Spirit, protect us. Don't make a sound. Don't even breathe.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Thank you. We're in line for Velocicoaster. We've been in line maybe 15 or 20 minutes, so I don't know how much further there is. But behind me, there's the video telling you about lockers, which I think they've improved on this ride, because a lot of the rides you can't take anything. But this one, instead of the cluster of people trying to get in and get out of the locker area at the same time, you put your belongings to one side and get a ticket or a locker code, and then when you exit, the locker has a door that opens on the other side, so that one side of the locker has incoming people, and the other side has outgoing people, and it's going to clean up traffic, which if you've ever been to any of the locker checks on any of the other rides, it's a cluster every time, so that's actually a pretty good idea.
We're all just sitting there like...
We're about to enter the locker area. I'm gonna have to put the camera down, so I will let you know how it goes. Wish me luck. Good luck! Wow. All right, I haven't screamed like that legitimately on a roller coaster in as long as I can remember.
Since I was like 13.
That, I say it throws you around like a rag doll, and it does, but it's also really smooth.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't rattle you around, but I got off and I feel like it had like a chiropractic adjustment.
Yes,
it was
full body
wonderful.
workout.
It was wonderful, but it's so intense start to finish. There's no downtime. There's no time to catch your breath. We bought the ride photo, which I'm going to drop into this shot right about now. And the reactions are completely legitimate. We had no idea where the camera was, no hamming it up. Like, we were screaming, having the most fun we've ever had. So if you're a coaster buff, put Velocicoaster at the top of your list. Just watching this from the ground right here on this bridge, it goes all the way around you. It's intimidating and it's terrifying. And every element during the first half of the ride, I was just screaming and freaking out. And then I started remembering we haven't even been through any of the parts you can see from the ground yet. That's just the small stuff, like right near the beginning. And everything that you're looking at around me is the later half of the ride where it gets super intense. I'm sad because I have to walk by Mythos and I don't have the time to eat there. Definitely one of the best restaurants on property. Get a reservation for Mythos if you're headed to Universal. Right. While we're in in Islands of Adventure, we're going to pop into the All Hallows Eve boutique, which is like a miniature Halloween tribute store they opened this year on the IOA side. It smells like Halloween candles in here. Of course, they've got all of your usual HHN merch. And beautiful scenery. They got these cool little figures in here too. The bride figure, that's awesome. I just want to get that for him. Dracula, the Wolfman. Like I already mentioned, I'm going to say it again, it smells like Halloween. There are Halloween scented candles for sale, and the whole store smells like it. And oh, they pour up the candles in here. That is too cool. Oh, these are stickers. I am kind of a nut when it comes to stickers. The tiny ones are $4. See how much the big ones are. I like this one. $6 for the big ones, $4 for the small ones. And they have these cool paper models. That's cool. Great collection of old posters in here, like old comic books.
Down there.
Oh, yes, have you talked to Labby yet?
You can see him waving right here from his chimney. You see the bobbleheads? There's an entire wall of bobbleheads.
That's cool. I've never seen characters out at Port of Entry before, and they're explorers. They're on a safari. That's cool. That's the best way to frame the entrance to this park too, because it says the adventure begins as soon as you walk in, and on the way out it says the adventure lives on, and it is called Islands of Adventure. So seeing those characters up front is actually pretty cool. Got a lot of compliments on my shirt today. Halloween bowling shirt. We're leaving Islands of Adventure. We're gonna head back over to Cabana Bay and take a break before we do Horror Nights again tonight. But first we're going to check out the Jacked Up experience and see how jacked up it really is. I'm about to head into the Jacked Up experience here at Cabana Bay and see what it's all about. From what we've been told, you can get photo ops with Jack's iconic blender that has been used in several of the Halloween stage shows of the past. And there's also some more specific props. So I'm gonna jump in and check it out. Very cool.
initials up there, Jack Smith. Press that red button. There will be fumes and shining lights. We're going to give it a try. That says do not push.
Do not push the button that says do not push. I would never.
Did you miss me? Welcome, boys and girls. You and you and you. Ooh, I hope you're ready for the show. The scariest show on earth. We're gonna find out which one of you has what it takes to be one of my maniacs. All right, maniacs. Let me hear you scream. Let me hear you scream! Scream! Looks like I win.
Got him in the ringmaster outfit. Like it. Jacked up. That was pretty cool. If you're a really, really hardcore fan of the event and you know about the icon characters and things like that, all the props in there were really used from some of the shows in the past. I got to see the Carnival of Carnage the last time they had it, and that was pretty cool. If you're not hip on that or you don't know about it, it might not be as impressive, but nonetheless, it's a cool photo op.
Day 2!
We are returning to Halloween Horror Nights for us, the third and final time. And tonight I'm gonna try to take it slow. I've already seen everything, so there's no rush to get through it all. I'm just gonna chill, and we're gonna try to check out some of the stuff that we haven't checked out yet. I'm gonna look at some of the food offerings and things like that. But just like on opening night, if you watch that video I have, it rained. It rained for the first 3 hours of the event, and right now there is most definitely a storm brewing.
But it feels great.
It does feel nice. But it's the calm before the storm, so we're going to try to get in, and hopefully we can get somewhere to stay dry if it starts raining, and hopefully it doesn't rain half of the night like it did opening night. Crowds are rolling in, 'tis the season. Also, when we were here last night, it was pretty crowded, and tonight is obviously no different, but it's a Thursday, and I can't even imagine what the Friday, Saturday crowd would be like at this point. I love this feeling. If you've never been to Halloween Horror Nights, there's just a buzz, a magical type of buzz. As soon as you walk in, the sun hasn't quite gone down yet, and you see right down here, between Shrek and Despicable Me, between these sound stages is always kind of the greeting scare zone. Whatever this scare zone is, it kind of frames the event and gives you an overall feel of what the night's going to be like and reflects the theme of the season. This one, 30 years, 30 fears, and I just love some of the monsters that are in this.
Oh, it's only a movie. You will not be insulted, and good behavior will not be tolerated. Ever.
Well, once again, we are beginning the night with some rain. but that's all right. It's supposed to be out of here in an hour at most, but I know a good idea when I hear it. And someone in our group said, we should go seek shelter under that bar over there. So we're over here at one of the outside bars, the one right next to Transformers, and I'm enjoying another Oktoberfest while we wait for the rain to pass and then let the screams set in. And now we can have a thrilling behind-the-scenes look at Marathon of Mayhem. It just looks like a bunch of fountainheads out in the lagoon because it's just a bunch of fountainheads out on the lagoon. Spooky. We just hit Beetlejuice for the third time, and what I liked about this one was he saw Otho. Otho made an appearance for the first time. This third time going through it this year, first time seeing Otho. We've made it to my favorite area, Springfield, and even though I've already been here to Horror Nights a couple times, this is my first time doing a Dufftoberfest. So cheers to good Halloween season, Dufftoberfest. That's good. That's good.
I'm like, good luck. Right.
It's the Marathon of Mayhem show happening across the way.
Well, you know,
Here's the sideways view of it.
did you know that it changed after United crashed when that, I think it was a double-decker plane. It seated like 300 people, whatever plane that is. The protocol for children.
Next beer up, we're trying the Orange Blossom Pilsner, slowing it down a little bit, lightening things up. I like it, it's refreshing. It's not as heavy as the pumpkin beers, or the Oktoberfest beers. It's good, very good. We just watched Nightmare Fuel for the third time, and I'm still blown away. Like, I think that's one of the best shows that Horror Nights has had in the last several years. It's different. It's still a lot of dance. It's performance art. It's acrobat. The fire dancers. There's so much fire in this, and it's not all just special effects. I mean, they have fire artists, if that makes any sense. And it's just such a great show, and it's got such an edginess to it and kind of adult in nature, so it doesn't feel too happy, hokey, Halloween-y. And I really love it. That's why I saw it 3 times. We're over here getting drinks at Chez Alcatraz, one of the last remaining bits of Amity. Destiny's pouring the drinks tonight. I just love all the Jaws memorabilia here on the wall. That's too cool. Jaws lives on in spirit. One of the coolest rides. All right, what's this? This is called the Shark Attack?
No, not yet.
Not yet? Oh, shit.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
I'm gonna watch her pour the perfect beer, though.
I'm gonna give you my best. Okay,
Why didn't I know Chez Alcatraz was even over here? I've been going to pop-up Halloween bars like a sucker. This is where the party is. This is the Shark Attack at Chez Alcatraz over in the old Amity area.
Oh no, there's a shark in the water! Lunch, now your shark lunch.
I love it, that's awesome. Yes. Cody, how's your shark bite? I have to keep talking because if I don't, it'll hear the music, and if it hears the music, YouTube will block the video because someone else owns the copyright to the music. How's your drink?
The Shark Attack is really good. There's actually like a little gummy shark in here. That's the same shape as that guy over there. It's fantastic. I would recommend 10 of 10.
Now we're gonna duck into the Tribute store. Cody, lead the way to the Tribute store. library. And all of the icons have a digital portrait and a bust. There's the storyteller. And these portraits are digital, like I just said, but if you stand here and watch them long enough, there's subtle movements. Something may change, the eyes may move, their hand may move. Just tiny little subtle movements. The usher ripped from the silver screen, 2009. I know that because that was the first year I ever came to Horror Nights, and I was instantly hooked. So I know the usher, I know Jack. Those have been the icons most of the time when I could visit. This is the director, which is another popular one. And these busts are just beautiful. The detail, it's hard to tell on camera because the lighting is amber, but this is a copper finish, and it's got the kind of green patina, the way copper ages. And even if you can't see it on camera, trust me, it's there. These are just beautifully done. They're obviously not real copper. I believe they are resin. Chance, Jack's sidekick, number 2. And these collector totems, they used to sell a few years ago. They're not for sale now, but they have them on display. And the only ones that we have found have been online for much, 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 much more than I would ever pay for them. But they're cool nonetheless. And of course, the man with the plan, Jack Schmidt, Jack the Clown. So this portrait hallway has a cool story behind it. Back in late August, early September, Universal had a post. Well, not even a post. They had an in-store thing here in the park where you could pay to have your portrait put in the tribute store, and people who did it didn't know what it was going to be, but apparently you submitted a picture and then they have grafted them onto these old-timey photos so that they look old school. And you had to pay a fee for that, and you got to be part of the tribute store this year for the 30th anniversary. And at the end of the run, everyone who did this gets to keep their photo. Now, I'm not local. I was not in the park when that was an option, and I don't know what it costs, so I don't know if I would have done it or not. But it's still pretty cool for the HHN superfans nonetheless to be, you know, part of the tribute store for a year. This last room looks like an old conservatory. Lots of Beetlejuice merch. The green and purple lighting in here is too cool.
Literally every show. Oh, we just
Thank you. These are cool. You ever seen the old school machines where they you can wax press something together? You get a jack-o'-lantern, $6, and it molds it right in front of you from liquid plastic. That's cool. Someone has a dog. I am distracted. Dog in the tribute store. And leading up to the checkout, they have all of these cool confections. Sugar, 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 sugar.
That'll take one to the...
I'm currently holding and sipping on a pricey beer, which would not go well with sugary stuff. Otherwise, I would absolutely get one of those pumpkins. I got Bride of Frankenstein cotton candy and the Director Bloody Soaked popcorn. I love how much credit and focus Universal gives to their original characters. Even though you've never seen them in the movies necessarily, you feel a connection to them, and it's just they really amp it up, you know, the way that a good event should. I love that they have themed hot sauce. And this is something else I'm going to talk about. Coffee Shop of Horrors is a local company here, and we actually order their coffee at home in Texas. This is what I drink in my house. Pumpkin spice is very good. The zombie dirt and the burial grounds I've also tried, extremely good. Right now I'm working on one called Cinderella's Twisted Apple, apple cider, apple strudel, something along those lines. I'll get it right. It's late, I'm drinking, cut me some slack. But definitely check out Coffee Shop of Horrors. They are a local here. They are a local company here in Orlando, and they make some bitchin' flavored coffee, which is worth ordering. After you check out at the Tribute store, there's still more on the way out. They've got more scenery. And of course, a chance to spend more money. Get a commemorative coin. Got Jack on it. And this busted up carriage, prison carriage, Township of Cary, somebody escaped. Oh no. Woo! What a night. Oh my gosh. The third and final night for me at HHN this year, and definitely the craziest actually. I'm very fortunate. I got to meet up with some old Orlando friends that I don't get to see often enough, and I made some new friends, and I let some of my friends talk me into getting on Rip Ride Rocket at 2 a.m. after a couple of beers. And I feel okay. I'm not drunk or sick, but I am exhausted. It's 2:30 in the morning. I've never been here this late. Like, foot traffic has died down. They've turned off all the fancy Halloween lights here. Scare zones are dead. I was walking out the front of the park, and I had a line of security behind me. Like, I was right in front of the suite when they flushed the park out. And so that's definitely shutting the park down without a doubt. So anyway, it is time for me to get some rest. Thank y'all for joining me on this trip. Thank y'all for watching. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, turn on those notifications. Every week I post new videos. My wife and I go out and we try to find fun stuff to do and take you guys along with us. And with that, good night everybody. We will see you soon. Go do stuff.